Hello everyone, Glenda Mollet here, and I'm in my craft room stamping with you today. We're going to make a sidestep card with the Forever Fern bundle. I hope you enjoy making this card. I'm going to flip you around, put you on my stand, and we'll get busy. Hang on, please. There we go. Okay, so this is the card we're going to make. It's a sidestep card. Put it like that. So you need a piece of thick Whisper White cardstock that is 8.5 by 5.5, and then you're going to cut it at 3 inches from 1 inch to 6.5. So it's this way, sorry. From 1 inch to 6.5 inches. And then you score it. This is scored at 4 1/4. And then there's a score at 2, 4, 5 1/4, 6.5, and 7.5. So you put it in your cutter this way, and you cut from one. Let me just make sure that I'm saying that. Yes. So you put it in your cutter this way. You cut from 1 inch. You line this up at 3 inches. You cut from 1 inch to 6.5, and then you take it out and you put it in your scoring on your scoreboard, and you're going to score on the 3 inch side. So you don't, one side is 3 inches and the other side is 2 3/4 inches or 2.5 inches. So you want to make sure that you score the bigger side, not the smaller side. And you're going to, sorry, I forgot to turn that off. This one's there. Sorry, it's my alarm telling me to go and do a video. Okay, so you're going to score it this way at 2, 4, 5 1/4, 6.5, and 7.5. And I've put in the kits, I've put letters on some of the places so that they coordinate with the letters that are on the pieces, because there's a lot of pieces to this card. Okay, so let's get things organized here. So along with this, you're also going to need, let me put this back up so I can read it, a 5, I don't know why this is there. Oh, I know, that's, okay, that'll come later. All right, so you need a piece of Pretty Peacock that's 2 3/8 by 4 1/8, and a piece of Pretty Peacock that's 2 7/8 by 4, 2 and okay. Let's start again. For A, you need a piece that is 2 3/8 by 4 1/8. For the inside, you need a piece that's got an X on it. This piece is 4 1/8 by 2 3/8, but that's for the inside. Then we have a piece that is 2 7/8 by 1 1/8, and that's going to fit here on B. So this one sits like this on A. And then we have a piece that is 2 7/8 by 1 1/8, and it has a D on it, so that one fits there. And then we have one last piece that is 2 7/8 by 7/8, and that has a, there it is, that has a C on it, so that's going to go there. And then the Just Jade, we have a piece that's 2 1/4 by 4, and That's for A. Then we have a piece that is 2 3/4 by 3 7/8 that goes on B. Then a piece that is 2 3/4 by 1, and that'll go here on C. And then a piece that is 2 3/4 by 3/4, that's going to go down here on that one. Then we have a piece of designer paper that's going to layer on here. We have a piece of Whisper White that's 4 by 2 1/4, and that's going to layer onto this one for the inside. Then we have a piece of white that's 2 3/4 by 4, and that's going to be for the sentiment. And then this one is 5 1/4 by 4, and we're going to do 2 long leaves, 2 short leaves, and 2 of the berry puffball things out of this one. Yeah, so a lot of pieces, but it'll all come together and you'll understand. I couldn't think of a better way than to put letters on so that you guys knew how to put this together. Okay, so to make the step, this side goes up like that, but you don't want to, I don't know how to display this so you can actually see it. Maybe like that. You don't want to bend this side yet, because this one goes up and that one goes down. This one goes up, that one goes down, and that one goes up. So that's how you get your card folded. Oops, my cord was in the way again. So now just take your bone folder and use it for all the pieces, because the better you can get it scored nice and tight, the better your card is going to sit down. It takes some manipulating to get it all done, but you can do it. Just kind of have to play with things a little bit. There we go, and now this one. And then when you have it all together, that's what it's going to look like. Okay, so we'll get our pieces done before we start. So this side, which is there, this is B. So we have a piece of Pretty Peacock, a piece of Just Jade, and then a piece of designer paper. And that's all going to just get layered together. So we'll put that over there out of the way. Then we have A, which is this piece. So we have the Pretty Peacock and then the Just Jade, but we need to emboss that with the Forever Greenery embossing folder. So we're using the Forever Fern stamp set, the coordinating Forever Flourishing dies. Aren't these cool? A Tasteful label, the big one here. This one on there. And one of the greenery embossing folders. There's 2 of them, but we're going to use this one that has all the texture on it. So I'll run that through right now. Just want to make sure that it's straight. Okay. Let's do a presto changeo on my machine to get it set up for embossing. Oops, sorry, avalanche. Okay. So that is going to layer on there. That's going to cut that. And then these 2 pieces of Just Jade, that one and this one, we're also going to emboss. So you just have to make sure that you have your embossing going the same way. This one, I've got the embossing running this way, so I didn't want to put this through and have it going a different direction. But, of course, it's up to you which way you do it, because it's your card. So I'm just going to lay these on here. Try and get them straightish. And we'll put those through. Uh-oh. One moved. Okay. I think one still moves, but that's okay. We'll just go for it. Good. There we are. So these are going to layer on these pieces like that. This is the inside, so this is what the inside looks like. So that just layers. We'll have to do some stamping on that. So I'll just switch my machine back here to die cutting. And we'll just die cut the label out. And usually we stamp first and then die cut, but I want to stamp the sentiment and then put some stamps around the outside, and I can't do that unless I die cut it. Okay, so let's just attach these pieces to each other. Just like that. And this one. Oh, sticky stuff. Whoops. Okay. That goes on there like that. Now this one onto the big one. Make sure my letter's on the back before I go putting this on. There we are. So that's those done. Now we'll attach these. Come on, baby. There we go. And that layers onto the Just Jade. Yep. Just making sure my letter was on the back. And then this is going to go on the Pretty Peacock. And the letters on the back. Now this is the inside and we have to stamp. Okay, so get out the Pear Pizzazz. And we want 2 of these. And then these little ones, one goes one way and one goes the other. So we'll just do one of each. Like that. Now, get my dirty paper out. We'll stamp the inside while we're at it. We just need this leaf. Stamp it down there in the corner. Like that. And it's also on the envelope. There we are. And then on the label, just going to put it up here at the top in the corner. Make sure my label's the right way up. There we are. So that's it for Pure Pizzazz. Now we'll get out Pretty Peacock. Stamp a couple of them on the label. I'm trying not to get that one in there. There we are. And on the inside, as soon as I find what I did with it. That's the envelope. Uh-oh. Oh, hello. I was looking for a big piece. Apparently I was mistaken. There is no big piece. It's a little piece. So there's the inside done, and it layers on there. And then it's going to put a couple of these in here just to add some color. So there's the envelope. Now we need two of these. I love this puffball thing. These distinctive stamps are truly amazing. All right, got all the stamping done. We'll bring in the platform here. Oops. Come on. Okay, need the dies. Need this die. Cut one of those out. Uh-oh. It's moving. There we are. And we need this die. Cut one of these out. And I think that one might interfere. Oh, maybe not. That one. This one. There we are. So now we'll run those through the machine. And we don't need these anymore. going to take the pieces out because sometimes I don't take the pieces out and then they end up flat. And it's not a good thing when they're flat. Okay, this goes on there. And this one goes on here. There we go. Cut those out. Get rid of this now. Put my dies back. Get rid of that. Okay. Can put the inside piece on the layer. Oops, put it X down. Okay, there we are. We got all our pieces and everything is together. So now it's just a matter of placing things where they belong. This one is B. I keep trying that little trick that you're supposed to use to, when you're done, just lift your wrist, but it doesn't work for me. That's okay. Okay, so this is going to layer on here. Like that. And then this is C. And it goes down here. Like that. And this is D. And just make sure when you're putting these on that you have your embossed images going the same way. That goes on there. Now, A is going to go on here, but A only gets attached part of the way. So I'm just going to fold that over and use my pencil just to mark where I don't want the adhesive to be above. And I see my A is there. So I'm just going to erase that and it won't be sticking out. Okay, this goes on here, just like that. Oh, just suddenly had the feeling that my embossing was wrong. Nope, look at that. Oh, that looks so good. Okay, now we need open this up so we can see where to put our stuff. Okay, so one of these, and I've taken the stem off of this, and one of these is going to go on here. Now you can use glue dots or a Tombow or whatever you want to attach this. Just make sure you only put adhesive on part of it because you don't want the whole thing to be glued down or you'll glue your card open. Okay, and then we need these two little pieces. And I left the stems on these ones. Then I'm going to put a little tiny bit of Tombow on the stems, because otherwise they have a tendency to break off, and I don't want that to happen. Okay, so remember, one is going one way and one is going the other way, so you just need to pay attention to, oops, that's not right, need that up there, to which way your is going. Okay, now take off the stems, and I'm just going to do a little, I just did the other ones flat and I don't like them flat like that, so I'm just going to do a little trimming, make them a little curvy. There we are. Okay, so one goes down first. Like that. Now before I push it down, I'm just going to close this and make sure that it's where I want it. And then the other one down. And I'm only putting adhesive on the bottom of them because they stick up above the edge. And you don't want it hanging out past here, or you won't get your card in your envelope. And then this on there like that, in the middle here. There. So now when we close this, see how nicely they layer? Isn't that pretty? And then this, we have to stamp the sentiment on it first, and it's going to go slide in there like that. So put it all together and then put your label in there so you can kind of see where you want your sentiment to be, because it can't be down too low or you won't see it. So I want it to go right up there at the top. I might have put those down a little too low. Probably should have done this first, but oh well. It is what it is. I'll show you what I mean. See? You got a little bit of leeway, but not much. Okay, ink this up. And I'm going to go up as far as I can. Like that. And that looks okay with it in the leaves like that. Well, now we'll just do a dry run. Yep. Looking good. All right, this is on dimensionals. I'm just going to get some big ones. I've got some right here because it'll go faster than using little tiny ones. And one in the middle. Oh, I got 3 of them because I don't want to have a cave in. Okay. Put the card back. slide this down inside. And I haven't pushed it down yet because I want to get it in place first. Make sure that it's kind of centered and you can see the sentiment, and then push it down. Right, so now we'll put, I got pieces everywhere. Okay, we'll put this piece inside. This just gives you a place to write. Oops, come on. Put it down too far. There we are. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. Now you can go to town with your Wink Estella if you want. Just remember that if you do, you may reactivate the ink. Okay, rhinestones. Forgot the rhinestone. It's a good thing my craft room is teeny tiny. Okay. And we'll put some rhinestones on here. Like that. There we are. It's done. There's the 2 cards. Now this will sit down a little bit better once it's had a chance to relax. There we go. There's our Forever Fern sidestep card. I hope you enjoy making the card. Thank you for being part of my club. And if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, I hope you enjoy making the card. Thank you so much for watching today. Snap and smiles, and bye for now.